Today I fucked up by trying to include a quiet person in the conversation. Obligatory this wasn't today, it was 5 years ago, but I'm still cringing. When I first started at university I made a friend who I would run into quite often, and on this day I ran into him off campus walking through the city center. He was walking while linking arms with a girl who was quite small, definitely under 5 foot tall. She had a cartoon backpack on, a matching umbrella, and pigtail braids with plastic bobbles at the end. School had just let out, so there were lots of kids around her age being walked home by siblings. I didn't want to take up too much of his time while he was walking with her, but I went over to say hey and we talked for a bit. She stayed quiet and smiled the whole time, obviously nothing unusual for young kids. Anyway, I tried to involve her in the conversation by asking, so, is this your little sister? They looked at each other confused and slightly panicked, then looked back to me. It was not. It was his flatmate. They were on a date. My brain went blank out of sheer embarrassment, but I'm pretty sure I apologized before turning around and walking in the complete opposite direction. That's definitely the fastest I've ruined a date, and I wasn't even on it. Too long didn't read. I assumed that the quiet short girl my friend was linking arms with was his little sister. It was his flatmate who he was dating. My comment likely extinguished the romantic spark by the way they reacted. Brilliant. This makes up for a wonderful story. Thanks for sharing. This happened to me before, but I was at the opposite end of things. My husband was supposed to come and pick me up from work so we could go grocery shopping together after, and while I waited for him I got stuck with a colleague who stopped for a smoke before going her way. My husband arrived, say hi to me and introduced himself to her. I was ready to go, but my partner, being the overly polite person he is, offered us to stay with her till she finished her cigarette. She immediately asks, so, are you brothers or what? I told her no, he's my fiancé, we weren't married yet, just engaged, to which she said, oh, you guys look so much alike. We absolutely don't. Most awkward 5 minutes of our lives. Me and Hubs laughed it off after saying that maybe she was interested in him, who knows. I still don't understand why her tone was so rude when she asked about it too. Oh gosh, that sounds so awkward. That is rude that she stuck to her guns about it. I think the best thing to do is awkwardly apologize rather than go into detail of why you thought it. Smiley face. It's good that you laughed it off though. Flatmate, are you European? I am indeed. British to be precise. How did they react? If something like that was enough to extinguish the spark, it probably wasn't that strong to begin with. They looked at each other really awkwardly as if they were seeing why I thought that, on top of what looked to be a huge age gap, they had some similar physical characteristics. I'm not 100% sure what happened next, but I never saw them together again. By how nervous she seemed before I said anything, I'm assuming it was a first date. Smiley face. Today I fucked up by making the delivery driver think I have one arm. So today I, 22F, had a delivery early in the morning. As most people, I sleep in my underwear and nothing else. So I was half asleep when I had a knock on the door. I quickly shot up and put a t-shirt on that didn't cover my underwear. Got downstairs to open the door but had one hand holding my t-shirt down behind the door to cover myself up. Opened the door and a delivery driver tried handing me over a big box. I, being an idiot, said I only have one arm, and she replied with, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I never think about these things, my apologies, please don't report me. Realizing she thought I genuinely had one arm and being a very awkward person, I smiled and said it's fine, thank you, and she left. Too long didn't read, only had t-shirt on, knock on the door, tried covering my underwear with one arm behind the door, driver tried giving me a box, told driver I only had one arm, she asked me not to report her. This is the content I come here for. Celebratory gesture, thumbs up, A-okay. Why would the driver think she should know that you had one arm, and why would she think you'd report her? Why didn't you just tell her you were in your underwear and ask her to leave it on the step? I'm so confused. As explained, I'm a super nervous person, so I just kind of went with it instead of explaining. She also seemed nervous, so that might have been an issue, but also it might have happened to her before where she's passed a parcel and the receiving end may not have had a limb. It happens. I was just too awkward to say I'm trying not to flash my entire area to a stranger. You went on a limb and she delivered. I open the door for deliveries all the time, only wearing undies and a tee, but I guess I have no shame. I've always figured it's more covering than a bikini. Today I fucked up waxing down under. Today, I decided to try waxing for the first time ever. Of course, my first instinct wasn't to try a leg or anything. Nope. I went straight for the hoo-ha with my at-home waxing kit. Well, I got up the nerve to lay the first strip down. There was no going back. With all my might I yanked that sucker and nothing came up. Not even the wax. I was butt naked with a bush full of sticky wax, and a child banging on the bathroom door that they woke up and wanted me to tuck them in again. Panic mode set in. Please go to bed, mommy's in the middle of something. Oh, what you doing? Are you taking a bubble bath? I love bubble baths. Can I have a? I run around trying to figure out what to do. I figure maybe that strip was defective, and I should try another one. Would you be surprised to know the entire box was probably defective? I try to wipe it off with a towel, but the towel starts sticking. Rip the towel off. Can I have a snack? No, it's bedtime. Go to bed, sweetie. I try using a wet sponge. The wax is not going anywhere. But, mommy, I'm fine. Go have a snack. I get the shower started and try to find a fresh razor. I thought I could just shave it off. I searched high and low, ripping hair caught to my skin until I found one in the medicine cabinet. I get in the shower, go to lift up my baby pouch so I can shave properly, and I'm stuck. My belly fat is stuck to me. After painfully pulling my skin apart, I finally had a nice smooth streak. But my belly had grown a beard, and again the wax wouldn't budge. I sat in the shower for an hour trying to fix myself, pubes stuck everywhere they don't belong. I finally give up and go to get out of the shower, and I trip over myself, falling next to the wax box on the floor. I see little packets hanging out of the box. They were cleaning wipes for removing the wax. Too long didn't read, waxing mishap left me on the wet bathroom floor, with sticky pubes in all the wrong places. Okay, but what we're all really wondering. Passed out on the couch watching TV, cradling a 5 Below jumbo bag of Sour Patch Kids. Oil. Baby oil. My sister made the same mistake. Hope you're doing better now. Oh no. This has definitely happened to me before, haha. It's usually best to remove wax with some kitchen oil or baby oil and a rag or towel you don't mind getting dirty. And remember to put on baby powder before waxing so the wax doesn't stick to your skin. Sounds painful. I feel ya. Tried to wax. Found out that Nair was much faster and not nearly as painful. Nary a good story out of using Nair though. Tried a hair removal substance, shaving with a razor was less of a hassle.